We did it.
Hi!
Hi. How are you?
Wait, are you like upside down?
You're sideways and I'm upside down probably to you. So can you turn it? It happens sometimes. There we go. Is it normal now?
Hi!
Hi.
You know, this is so not my thing.
I know. I love that you're doing this though.
And I don't have my kids here to help me.
They're not there. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, they're here, but they're not in the room.
Well, you just call them in. Just say, come here. We need you.
you know they're gonna tune me out.
Yeah, they're just gonna roll their eyes and be like, "Oh, this is so easy."
What does she want now?
I know. What does she want now? Like the technical, but they do it so fast, like it's nothing.
No, and they have no patience. I'm like, wait, slow down. Show me what you did.
Right.
No,
I've had some patience with you. Like exactly, you could have a little patience.
So fast. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Where's Cappuccino?
They're sleeping because I just took them for a little walk and it's so hot outside. So they're like, oh, believe me, if they hear something, they'll start barking. They wake up in 2 seconds.
Same with
They hear someone walking around. They're my little protectors. It was so nice talking to you yesterday.
Oh my God, Kelly, are you kidding? And thank you for having me do this right now. Like, you are so truly an amazing, special, thoughtful woman. You have been supporting me since my first book. And really, it's just, your spirit has always been so thoughtful and generous with me. And I really appreciate it. So from my heart to yours, thank you.
Oh, well, thank you so much for saying that. But, you know, we just attract, you know, we're sort of all attracting the people that we're supposed to, you know, because of what you put out. You put out such beautiful energy and love and light. And I mean, what you're writing about is so beautiful. It's helping families. It's helping kids. It's about wellness and all feeling good about ourselves. Who wouldn't want to support that, you know?
It's we have to start with self, and that's why self-care has been a huge part of Necessite and who we are and what we do, because in order to get to wellness, you have to start with self-care. You can't achieve wellness until you start with self, and that's with anything, you know.
For sure. So how did you start it? So I know you've written wonderful books about nutrition and, you know, the foods we eat and things like that. And so and you love to cook yummy, healthy food?
No, you know what? I don't love to cook, but I do love to cook healthy, yummy food. I don't love to cook.
I'm the same. I do it because it's like, it's one of the only ways to really get the best kind of food.
What I love doing is knowing that I'm feeding nutrients. I know that I'm feeding a vital meal that's going to sustain us throughout the day and make us feel and make us feel good. So that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy, you know, what I'm serving, but not necessarily
the process,
cooking. The chopping. No one's helping. You know, they never help. Like,
I know. It's kind of therapeutic though. I mean, I think particularly when you're cooking for your family, there's something just very fulfilling about that, knowing that your kids and your family are eating healthy and that you know where it comes from and that, like you're saying, it is full of nutrients, because, you know, we all go out in the world and we see our friends and we eat the cupcake and we don't worry about it all. But, you know, when you come home, it's nice to know that what you're getting is super healthy and nutritious and
absolutely.
At least you can do it there.
In this moment that we're all experiencing together, we're all having our own enlightenment moment or whatever it is. It's so important to really eat healthy right now, because we may have come in healthy. You don't want to exit unhealthy. It's so crucial. It's very vital how we're feeding our souls and our spirits right now and what we're putting on our plate to digest, because you don't want to come out with health problems, you know, diabetes, cardiovascular, you know, weight, any of that, you know, and you have to keep your mind good.
Yeah, for sure. And to really think about healing ourselves, because I was talking the other day to someone about how we all, you know, I mean, when I was growing up, I mean, there was nutritious food around, but I didn't know as much as I do today about nutrition and what I was eating. I didn't think as much about it, right? Because you just kind of assume it's all healthy and okay. And and then you realize that the more we can take care of ourselves, the less we have to rely on other people to fix it, you know, later. Absolutely. It's kind of like the more we can just fill our fridges with fruits and vegetables. And I was thinking, because people say, well, it doesn't stay fresh that long, or, you know, like we get stuff that we can keep on the shelf, right? That's not always what's best for us. I mean, it's a good thing to have, but, you know, as a base to have really good fruits and vegetables. And, you know, if it starts to go bad, you freeze it, or you make a soup, or you, and then you put that soup in the fridge and you can have that soup. Or, so there's ways in which I think you can be creative with fresh fruits and vegetables that sometimes, or you can buy them frozen. I buy a lot of frozen organic fruits and vegetables.
Right now, I am buying frozen. And I will be so honest with you. I mean, you know, I've just been in a situation where I've been able to buy fresh food, but I didn't grow up always having fresh food. You know, my mother worked full time. She raised 3 girls by herself, single parent. Eating out was like a luxury. And so I don't think I had frozen food since my college days. And during this process, you know, I was like, you got to go back to what you know. Like, get over it. You know, it's not about organic. It's not about fresh. It's not about frozen. It's about getting, and it's about, you know, fulfilling yourself in a proper way.
That's right.
And so I don't even think my kids ever really saw frozen vegetables other than peas, because I really made it a point, you know, to get fresh broccoli, you know, always, and fresh, you know, kale, whatever it was. But we're not in that situation. And it's great because they can see you have to adapt. You can't always have what you're used to, or what you want, or what you crave. And this is not a moment about self and being spoiled and being entitled. This is about stripping all of that down and really going deep within yourself and who you are, you know?
So that's essential.
The first time I had this frozen piece of broccoli, I was like, what is this? It makes it's a big difference, you know, but I will say this, it's best to get frozen than not to get it. And that's why we're consuming it. And it's best to get it than if you cannot afford, or if you cannot get organic, because organic, it comes with a price tag, you know, and it's really unfortunate, but it does. And I understand how agriculture and the farmers and everyone has to, you know, benefit from the process of it, but it comes with a price tag. And I encourage people, just get it the best way you can, take it home and clean it. And just,
I mean, even if it's just non-GMO, you know, that's, I think, the big thing too, you know, as long as it's, you know, maybe non-GMO and stuff. I know they do that a lot now in the markets, and most markets offer both. And I always think, you know, okay, you know, I would rather buy less and the good food than more and food that is going to make me not feel good. Do you know what I'm saying? So I understand the price thing for sure. And when I grew up the same way you did, a single mom, you know, we had Swanson's,
that's why I like
we had Swanson's, like, you know, where they pre-made, like you put it, it was all in aluminum, you know, you just like, oh my God. You know, believe me. And we were like left to figure out things too. So I had a single mom who, you know, was divorced and supported us herself. And so I totally understand that. And I think when I left home, you know, I didn't have any money. I was just starting out as an actress, but I made a decision that I was going to go to Mrs. Gooch's, which was Whole Foods before Whole Foods was Whole Foods.
Wait, what was the name of it?
Mrs. Gooch's. Was in Beverly Hills, yes. And
you fancy.
Whole Foods bought Mrs. Gooch's. So it was kind of like the original organic market. It's where Whole Foods is now in Beverly Hills. It was the same. I think, I can't remember, Gooch, it's a funny name. Gooch's, Gooches. I don't know how you spell it. But this woman, I guess, Mrs. Gooch's, started this health food thing, you know, and it was organic. So I would go there. And I would buy all the non-toxic cleaning products, and I would buy organic food. And, you know, I just did it because I figured, well, at least at home, like when I went out, I didn't think of, you know, I would eat whatever. But I thought, you know, when I'm at home, I at least want to know that I have some more, you know, things that are healthy, you know, like fruits and vegetables, a few things to snack on at home. Because I didn't cook at that time, you know, either at home for myself, really. I would just snack on stuff. So, but I understand.
That's when I started. I started cooking when I left home. I had no choice. And I didn't have money I didn't have money to eat out. The money I had, you know, from working 3 jobs was to pay my way through college, you know? So I didn't have money, to.
Where did you go to school?
I went to school in Atlanta, Clark, Atlanta. Well, raised in Denver. Remember? Raised in Denver. I'm a DC girl, Denver, Colorado.
How beautiful, though. What a beautiful place.
It's very beautiful. My family's still there.
Ah, good. Okay.
Yeah.
And you go visit with the kids? And
I do. You know,
they probably come to see you.
Yeah. But I mean, it's one of those, my grandmother's 96. She's about to be 97 next month. And both of my parents' mothers are still around. One's 94, one's 96, almost 97. And the one who's 97, she literally said the other day, I said, Nana, you're so healthy. You know, it's just, you're fragile. And she said, honey, I think it has everything to do with because of how I eat. I don't eat that stuff. I eat how I know. I grew up going to my garden and getting my collard greens and my tomatoes. And, you know, so she eats that fresh way. And she still tries to cook herself. Yeah. And yeah. And she has, you know, thank God, no, you know, health conditions. And, you know, she's healthy, especially in a fragile time right now where the elderlies are, you know, really, you know, vulnerable. Thank God, you know, both of my grandparents are, you know, healthy.
Gosh, that's great, though. Like strong women in your family. They're I'm gonna eat my healthy food. And that's it.
But we don't have a choice.
Don't even try to give me that stuff that's not healthy. I know. I'm gonna. It's true though, right? I understand. I feel the same way.
There was no men.
You know, the men just get tired of us talking. They're like, I'm out.
I can't hear you girls
enough. It's like,
even now, LA, I will talk to him. And I'm like, why did I just say that? I am speaking to a brick wall right now.
No, it's like, so cute.
Let me just go in the bathroom.
We just love to talk, you know?
It's who we are, you know? We're nurturers, and we have the gift of gab, you know? We like to talk.
But it's community, you know, women, I think we realize it helps, you know, when you have a little baby and even when, you know, even if it's a business, you know, you sort of, we realize the value of that. You know, we get information from each other. It's like, how do you do this? I need this, or, you know, what food are you feeding, or what doctor are you seeing? And it becomes really a sense of community. I think women, the reason we have that is our own survival as, you know, parents, or as when you're, you know.
Absolutely. You know what though, Kelly?
Community.
Connection is so important. It's a huge part of self-care, you know?
Huge.
And one thing about self-care that you hear so much about is, you know, what face product are you using? Your scrub, or I got to get a massage. I got to get my hair done, my hair colored, my roots are coming in, whatever. You know, we've taken self-care on a superficial level, but there really is a deeper level of self-care. And community and staying connected to other women is a huge part of self-care. We have to avoid being lonely because we raise our children, whether it's from the womb or from our heart. You know, we can isolate easy because we get so focused and ingrained in what we're doing. But having those connections, and you know, one thing I've noticed being through this whole, you know, moment of stillness that we're experiencing as the world shifts, because it really, in my eyes, my opinion, it's a global shift that we're experiencing. One thing I've noticed is, and I don't know about you, you really know who your real friends are. Like, you know who your real friends are. They say you know it when you get pregnant, or when you have a baby, when you get married, when you go through certain, you know, life things.
Challenges.
Hi, you can come in.
Who is it?
He's Addison. He's in school, so he's printing out his papers. I won't show you, but you can come in.
I want to see this gorgeous guy. Come on. Where is he? Can he make a brief appearance? Will he come over and say hi to us?
He out.
Oh.
But
so quick to see them.
Really learn who your friends are. Yes. You know, and it's just one of those moments where it's not to discredit anybody. It's just a moment of enlightening. You know, you go through a detoxing process. Maybe not you, maybe not all of us that are tuned in right now, but for me, I've definitely gone through a detox moment right now, not just detoxing through my phone and emails and cleaning out, but like on a deeper spiritual level.
Yeah.
And you realize who's there for you and who's not, who's picked up the phone to check in, you know, and whoever's out there, if you haven't texted me, I still know who you are. I don't take it personal. I'm not saying you're not a friend. Don't take this wrong.
But you know what it is? It is interesting to see, you know, who you're thinking about and what you're thinking about, and you know, it gives you time to go within. I mean, and it's not always about just calling. It's just more about, you know, it's just thinking about what's important to us and what's truly in our hearts and what really matters to us in times.
What have you experienced? Like one thing you could share that you've noticed for yourself, like what's important or what isn't? Like what's a necessitate?
Well, a lot of what's really beautiful is that we're experiencing a letting go.
Yeah.
So we're letting go of control, of trying to figure it all out and control it. And we realize that we need to learn to let go of things and the idea that maybe we had of something in order to have something new.
Yeah.
So, and our sense of, I was thinking today when I was walking the dogs about what you're talking about, community, and how it's about, community helps you, it's like helps you feel safe because you don't feel like, okay, I'm the only one feeling this way. I'm the only one experiencing this. So it's really important, that sense of community. But, you know, a lot of it has been, and I've been through things in my life that I've had to just learn to let go. So for me, it's like, oh, this is a bigger global version of that. I think we've all had personal experiences where we've gone, you know what? And it's an interesting process to get to it because you kind of fight it, and then you finally go, okay, I can't fight this anymore. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Like
you surrender.
You go like this, and you're like, and you have a moment, or you have a cry, or you have a laugh at yourself, or whatever it is, and you go, okay, and then all of a sudden, there's relief, there's calm, and then things start to shift.
Absolutely.
And it's funny that we resist it. We resist letting go of a relationship that's maybe not working, or that's not not a match,
or that's just toxic.
Well, whatever, you know, it's like it doesn't even matter what it is. It's just not, you know, let's all just live our lives, and we don't have to fight over it. We don't have to blame. We don't have to, no one has to be at fault. It's just, I love you. I wish you the best. Let's do the best. Let's take the high road here. And the world does not need more drama. The world does not need more, you know, conflict. Yeah. So how can we in our personal lives say, okay, I may be feeling all sorts of stuff, but I'm not going to project it onto you. And I know that that's, you know, me sitting down at my meditation station, lighting a candle and saying, giving it up to the universe. There's the universe, you know, we think all these things that are happening on the planet right now, you know, are in control or this or that, but the universe has the ultimate say. You know,
absolutely.
There's a higher intelligence that has a say here. And I think and nothing is really as it seems, it feels like right now. It's sort of in this really interesting, like you're saying, beautifully shift. And so we can just see how we can do that in our own lives. Look, there's upsides to this, right? We're thinking, oh, God, I never would have taken this time. I never would have slowed down like this. And yet in doing so, there's been some calm and some nice things about it. Yeah, there's been certain concerns over finances. There's been concerns over relation, but allow it all to come up and work itself through you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, we have to, it's a shedding. It's a release. It's a surrendering moment. We're not in control as much as we think we are, or as much as we think we are. None of us were created, you know, I mean, you can't make my eyes. I can't make your eyes. You can't make my fingers. I can't make your fingers.
You have gorgeous eyes.
We can.
Everything about you is gorgeous. Inside and out.
I'm going to say thank you. I won't say stop it. I'm going to receive the compliment.
It is. Your energy is so beautiful.
So thank you. Well, you know what? They say you are what you attract. So
yes.
I guess I'm mirroring.
I did something right then.
You.
I did something right.
Stop. You do a lot right. You do a lot right. No, but you know, the universe is in control, and it's a moment of, you know, I always like to say in this moment, Mother Earth is restoring her masterpiece. And while she's restoring her masterpiece, we have to restore ours. And it's really, you know, not all of us would do it, you know, but those that are tapped in on that level and in that way will understand that and will do that, you know. And what some of us came in with, we will not exit out of this with. And some of us will come and go the same, whatever, you know. Everybody has their own journey and their own experiences in life, and you know, we're all individuals and we just have to do what works for us. But I find it to be a really beautiful thing. I think we have to stay positive and stay focused and know that, like anything else in life, this is a temporary moment, you know. And it's really digging deep, like going within yourself and figuring out, hi, Addison. It's, you know, it's really going deep in yourself and taking advantage of this moment, because I don't know if we'll ever see it again. I don't know if we'll ever have it again. You know, my father fought in Vietnam, and he's like, I've never experienced anything as such. And my grandmother, 96 and 94, they say the same thing. And what I say to my children is, you may experience this again. So learn from what you see right now. Learn how, you know, I'm cooking. You have to learn how to sustain yourself. Mentally keep yourself healthy and positive and strong, you know, because that is how you're going to navigate through this moment, is your mental health. And that's a huge part of self-care, you know, and having that mental connection. You know, self-care, like I said, is not about that cream we put on our face, although
that's what I wanted to ask you, because necessity was sort of necessite was created out of this, right? What?
Necessite.
Necessite. I love it. I love it. It's beautiful.
Necessite.
I love these sweatshirts. You guys have to check it out. And the Instagram is so beautiful.
We sold out, but we will replenish. But yes, we sold out. But right now we're not shipping out any of our items, just for safety reasons. You know, it wasn't about sale right now for us. It's really about not wanting to bring in a package, you know, from someone else who may have sneezed on it, whatever. We just didn't want to bring a package into your personal space. And we didn't create necessity, you know, to make a sale. It's deeper than that. It goes, you know, there's longevity with it. And it's really about, you know, supplying the necessities of life, you know, and for women, whether it's through food or travel, you know, self-care. It's just, you know, the needs of a woman and what we need, and getting it in more of an organic way. And we're taking a very slow approach with it. So we closed the store right now. We have 2 stores, and the Mindful Beauty store, we closed it, but you know, we curate a selection of beautiful, non-toxic and more cleaner products, because you know, that's what I'm into.
Yeah, you always have been.
My olive oil on my face today.
Love that. But it's true, we can use all these natural things, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't do olive oil all year, but it depends on the climate. It depends on where I am. Summertime, if I'm using
but you know when you need it, when it feels right.
But if I'm going to go out in the heat and humidity, I'm not putting olive oil on, because my face will break out eventually. But when I'm dry and I'm in dry climate, I'm not going outside, I'm not exposed to pollutants and, you know, free radicals. Olive oil does the body really well.
My daughter puts coconut oil. She puts coconut oil in her hair, and organic coconut, and then she puts it on a little bit on the tips of her eyelashes. Now she's all into this, and then she uses it on her skin. You know, when I was pregnant, I put organic coconut oil all over my body.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, it smells so good. You have to kind of pat it down, or you can do it kind of when you just get out of the shower. But just it smells so good.
I lather myself in oil to this day. And when I was pregnant, my sister was like, "You're going to bed like that? Your husband doesn't say anything?" And I'm like, "I don't do this for him. I do this for me."
Right.
This is how I'm going to bed. But I literally,
if he's happy, you're happy.
You know what? If he's not happy, it's not my job to make him happy. We all have to get happiness on our own. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's true.
Yeah, we have to. But were my sheets happy? That's another story.
I know. The sheets, I don't know.
My sheets didn't like all that oil. But you know what? For me, it worked. You know, using oils that penetrate and absorb. There's no toxins. My kidneys and my livers aren't exposed to it. You know, and it works. It
feels better. Yeah,
I know the difference. You know, I've had 2 children with food allergies, food sensitivities, and environmental allergies. So we've been through it, my journey. You know, I'm 20 years at this now. I haven't even waxed my arms, Kelly. I haven't picked up a razor since 1996. 1996.
What do you do?
I wax myself. So
well, you told me you did the pits yesterday.
Yes.
I had my lip waxed yesterday.
I don't do that. I mean, I don't have that issue. My mother does.
You don't have the Frida Kahlo issue?
I didn't get that one, but I got some other stuff.
Okay.
But no, I wax my armpits. I wax my legs. I wax my, that pretty bikini area.
Yes.
And that's it. That's it. And I use my own wax pot. I like to use the tea tree oil one. And
where do you get it?
Online. I've been since 1996. I literally.
Is there a brand you use for anyone listening that wants?
Gigi.
And is the pot that you heat it up in? Is it Gigi too?
It's all Gigi. Gigi sticks. Gigi.
Everything.
It's all Gigi. But
I may have to try this.
Oh, send me a text or call me, whatever, and I can even FaceTime you and I help you do it.
Okay.
So it's 3 ways.
I've never done this myself.
I've done like one of your colleagues before, and I waxed them, and
one of my colleagues, not to be mentioned, no names.
Somebody in your industry
to protect the hairy people out there.
Hey, I'm one of those privacy's privacy,
I understand.
But no, it's easy. So I think that helps for me being in this situation because I haven't picked up a razor literally since 1996.
Nice. That's so empowering. All these things we can do are very empowering. Just to and to be able to do it at home. I think that's what we're realizing too about this time. Oh my gosh. I mean, people are doing their own color at home. It's hysterical.
I'm not there, but
I know. Well, I know. I need to.
But wait, it's so funny because, let's have a real conversation now. So one of my girlfriends was like, I miss my chef. And my head must have done a 360. And I'm like, you're a chef? Like, honey, I didn't even have a chef before this. So for you to say you miss your chef, I'm like, be happy.
These are high-class problems. I love people with high-class problems, though. It's like, really? Like,
but think about the women that have never made up their beds before until now, the women that have never done their laundry, the women that have never had to clean up. I know this sounds so crazy. This is an experience for some of those women.
Yes, and you know what's interesting is that
I'm not one of those. Let's make it clear, though.
No, I know, but even if you can afford to do it, look, we've all worked and been able to afford certain things because, for me, I've worked my whole life. I've always supported myself. And
same here.
So I think, for me, I actually like doing my laundry. I like my friends are like, you're such a housefrau. I love putting on music. There's something therapeutic about it to me, it's nice to have someone come help you when you're working. Absolutely, when you're working and you don't have time to do everything, but I really love to grocery shop. I love all that stuff.
Oh yeah. I'm very domesticated.
I love doing domestic stuff.
But I have older children and they started early washing their own clothes and having dish night. So this is not culture shock for them, Right. So I'm thankful that I started with them early. I'm glad I cracked that whip.
But it's empowering to them because really they're life skills, right? Like you're saying, what if you're in a position where you need to do this? And I think it empowers all of us to have these. You think about it, it's just basic.
But it's like this. We visualize the kind of home we want. Some of us get it, some of us don't, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point being we have a home. And I like to say, and I tell my kids all the time, what are you doing with what you have? How are you taking care of what you were given? Because it really is a gift. At the end of the day, none of it's going with you. So how are you caring for it? So I'm like, figure out who's doing the dishes and I have them do it together. I'm like, you two do the dishes together. Figure out who's going to wash, dry, do the dishwasher, whatever, sweep, wipe the kids. So I let them figure it out, but they do it together because it's a time for them to come together where it's not making a TikTok video or,
they're going to make a TikTok video of washing the dishes. They'll make a TikTok video out of anything. My kids
yeah. I'm like,
okay,
don't
what's
catch
off
me
limits
digging in
here?
my nose.
Is anything off limits? Like, I know.
No, not in this world, not today.
I know.
No,
So
but
true.
it's
You and I made a TikTok video. Remember at my jewelry thing? It was
no,
before TikTok.
Kelly, that's not TikTok. Oh, okay. I thought you.
I'm joking. We kind of
TikTok.
did. We did our own. It was a boomerang thing, but
it was a boomerang, right?
Almost be TikTok. It was like a little. It was pre-TikTok.
Wait, did you have the boots on, or I had the boots on? You had the boots on.
Oh, those gorgeous boots.
You had the boots on?
You were such an angel.
Oh,
I told you I love those boots, and you got them for me.
No.
Oh, that was gorgeous. I know, don't tell me.
That was a gift.
Oh, gorgeous.
But who had the boots
You have the best style. Every time I see you, I'm like, what are you? I literally do a whole scan. I mean,
but look who's talking.
You have to show me everything.
So classy and
all
elegant.
the details. No, but your details, the way you put things together. Oh.
Well, wow. Thank you.
So gorgeous.
Thank you. But look who's talking. You're always so classy and elegant and sophisticated. Every time I see you, even the first day I met you, you came in and supported my first book. And it was like, who's this beautiful woman? And I don't even know I know that's when we first met, but I don't even know. We saw each other again, something.